My boyfriend of 10 years cheated on me, got married, and blocked me. I'm just writing this here 'cause I felt I need to write it down, get it all out of my system. First, I must say, I come from a country with a very closed culture, third world, in which some families, even dating is considered taboo and forbidden, and sorry in advance if it's too long. I 30F met him 3OM in university. We both studied medicine. We were in a friend group, and we started dating in the second year of uni. We were both around 19 at the time. We were very close, had similar hobbies and interests, similar family backgrounds, similar plans for the future, and also, we had loads of fun when we were together. We never got bored with each other. There was this girl in our friend group during university, 2 years younger than us, who had a crush on him and made advances towards him. This was about 5 years into our relationship. I talked with him about it, and he promised to limit his contact with him and tell her to stop coming in between us, and I believed it. For context, she would call him whenever she knew me and him were on a date, asking his help with a medical issue, and he would stop the date to go and help her, which I thought was out of his kindness at the time. While dating, we had talked about marriage, and we had decided to get married after graduation, and after his compulsory military service had finished. But during his military service, he became depressed and so told me he wasn't ready for marriage. I must add, his military service wasn't terrible. He had shifts as a doctor in the military hospital in our hometown and was home most nights of the month. But regardless, I understood and didn't put pressure on him for marriage, as I also have diathymia and suffered from MDD during university. I tried to be as supportive as possible, didn't even put pressure on him to go on dates or these kinda stuff. Most of the time he said he didn't have money, so I paid for meals and everything else, which was okay with me. 'Cause at this time in our relationship I considered him like my husband, someone I've chosen to spend my life with. We had decided to go live and work in Europe, both had taken our IELTS exam, and were in the process of applying for Cork in Europe. He said he wanted to leave the country. We live in a third world country and have a better life in Europe or Canada. He was more eager than me to emigrate. Further on, during our 9th and 10th year of dating, about 2 years after his military service was finished, he became very distant. We live in the same town, but we only saw each other twice a month. He didn't text or call as much, and we had barely any physical contact. Times and times again, I brought up this matter, and he would say he is depressed, he can't handle his life, he can't take care of himself, and so on. I asked him if he still wanted to move to Europe, and he would say yes, he does, and he trying for it. I believed him, pushed him to see a psychiatrist, supported him mentally, was there for him whenever he had an argument with his family. Helped him get shifts at the same clinic I work, which has lighter workload and better pay, covered his shifts whenever he was sick, helped him visit a psychologist and start meds, paid for his car to be fixed, helped pay for a new phone since the old one wasn't working, helped pay for the IELTS exam fee, and so on. But still our relationship became more and more distant. Until about a month ago, that girl I mentioned before called me yelling, saying why was I texting and calling his husband, he has a wife and so on. That's how I found out. I asked a friend who I had cut ties with because my boyfriend had said that friend had bullied him before and caused trauma about this. And he said yeah, these two had been dating on and off for the past 4 to 5 years and had got married last year, but they had held a private ceremony and hadn't invited any of her or his friends to keep me from finding out probably. And when I confronted him, first he denied. Then when I told him I know, he admitted that they had gotten married. When I wanted to ask further, he started saying he has heart palpitation and feels dizzy and so on and needs to hang up. After that he has blocked me on everything and has arranged his shifts at the clinic in a way that we won't see each other. After asking around from his cousins, which didn't know about me dating him, I found out that they had been dating on and off for the past 5 years or so. And last year the girl had gone to their house unannounced and introduced herself as his girlfriend, his cousin's guess, because he wouldn't propose to the girl and wasn't committed to her. His parents are very strict, so they told him he had to marry her, and he obeyed. They had got married a year ago, but he still kept seeing me as well, and I don't know why. Now a month has passed, and he hasn't apologized, hasn't asked about how I'm doing, hasn't explained anything to me, and hasn't even paid back the money he owes me or returned TG books I had lent him. The audacity.